Good morning. Let's discuss on sources and causes of industrial dispute. But before then, my name is Dr. Elegbede Tunde. I'm of Department of Employment Relations and Human Resource Management, University of Lagos. We have two main sources of conflict. We have the internal sources and we have the external sources. The internal sources of conflict are conflicts that originated from within the organization, while the external sources are conflict or disputes that emanated from outside the organization. Now, for the internal sources, we have various origin of internal sources of conflict. The first one is the management frame of reference. According to Alan Foss, these frame of reference are classified into three. You have the unitary frame of reference, you have the pluralist frame of reference, and you have the masses perspective. In any of the perspective adopted by manager, it generates it's a source of conflict within the organization. For instance, the unitary frame of reference may not allow workers to unionize, to band together in order to discuss terms and conditions of employment with their employers. And of course, once trade unions are not recognized under the unitary frame of reference as well as the new unitary frame of reference, worker tends to uh, individual expression of conflict. And the pluralists recognize trade union and collective bargaining process as a way to manage balanced expression of industrial conflict, while the masses believe that the nature of capitalist economy is a source of conflict itself within the organization. Then we have the efficacy otherwise of the promotion system, the nature of the physical environment of the workplace, and the collective bargaining process usually described as dispute in progress. For the external sources, you have the general nature of the capitalist economy, like I said earlier, according to the masses' view, that it's a source of conflict because it polarizes society into the oppressed and the oppressor, or what we term as the, the working class and the capitalists. And the capitalists are usually the oppressor, while in masses view they believe that the working class are the oppressed people, and therefore they have divergent orientations, and the orientation of the oppressed is to overthrow the oppressor, while the orientation of the oppressor, the capitalist class, is to continue to exploit the working class in order to maximize profit. And of course, political instability as experienced in most parts of developing areas, especially to sub-Saharan African countries, a source of industrial conflict and general economic mismanagement in terms of attitudes of the political class in embezzling and mismanagement of the economy. Workers may tend to reflect that thinking in their demands with the management. Let's discuss causes of industrial conflict. We've explained that conflict can originate from within and from without the organization. Now, what are the causes of industrial conflict? We have four main causes of industrial conflict as explained: economic causes, managerial causes, political causes, and various other causes that bring about expression of divergent views and orientation between employers and their employees. We're going to examine all these causes. Now, for the economic causes of industrial conflict or dispute, we have low wages. Workers tend to react to issue of low wages, especially when the real wage is seriously being affected by high inflationary rates as well as high cost of living within that country. So workers tend to demand for increase in minimum wage. This is common in most parts of the sub-Saharan African country. Currently in Nigeria, because of the harsh economic condition, high rate of inflation, high cost of living, workers, labor unions are demanding for increase in national minimum wage in order to ameliorate the hardship experienced by Nigerian workers. We have industrial profit can also generate a sharing of the industrial cake is a major cause of industrial conflict. Working conditions, a poor work condition make workers to react. Long hours of work without due compensation for overtime work. Safety of work, if the basic safety of work is not guaranteed as stipulated in the labor law and constitution regarding in industrial safety at work. Modernization of machines, of course, this may likely render some workers redundant, and unions or workers may not like that, and they may tend to react. Pension, gratuity provident fund, and another beneficiary scheme. Medical and accommodation facilities, leaves and leave with pay are some of the causes of industrial conflict at work. Then you have the managerial causes of industrial conflict. Like we said earlier, non-recognition of unions using the unitary and neutral frame of reference, violation of agreement, especially on the part of employers, treatment by managers and supervisors, defective recruitment procedure and employees development policy, wrongful retrenchment, demotion and termination, selfish leadership, violation of accepted code of conduct, collective bargaining and worker participation in management are perceived as managerial causes of industrial conflict. Then you have political causes of industrial conflict, such as influence of politics, trade union movement, strike against the government, while other causes of conflict include government inclination to support management, what we term as unfair labor management practices, internal conflict in trade unions, resistance to automation, which is currently being experienced across the globe, influence of communist thinking on laborers, effects of non-acceptance of human relations are some of the causes of industrial conflict